What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to walk you through step by step of how to make an Amazon Seller Central shipping plan. So I'm going to go on screen for you guys, walk you through every scenario, whether you're shipping products from your home to Amazon, whether you're shipping from China, from your manufacturer, from your freight forwarder, how to get the FBA warehouse, how to get the FN SKUs that go on your products. Everything you need to know about this whole process, I'm going to break down for you here today. That way you don't make any silly mistakes. That way there's not these little errors that potentially can cost you money or time or anything like that, right? If you want this process to go smooth, make sure you watch all the way to the end. For anybody who doesn't know me, my name is Cameron James. I've been selling on Amazon going on 5 years now. I've had multiple years of over 7 figures on Amazon with different accounts, different products, over 50 plus private label products created myself. So before we hop on my screen and I show you exactly how to make a shipping plan, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want everything up to date when it comes to Amazon FBA and e-commerce. All right, guys, let's hop to my screen here. All right, guys, so we're on Seller Central here, and let me walk you through this a little bit here. So if we go over here, this menu tab, and we go down to inventory, hit manage all inventory. So this is me assuming that you have made your listing already and it is live, ready to go. Essentially, it could say this inactive, out of stock here. But yeah, it's always going to be suppressed when you don't have inventory anyways. So it's going to say inactive, out of stock. It's kind of waiting for you as well. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, guys, is we can click this little guy or just go over this edit button, hit this drop down right down here. And then we see a ton of things right here, right? So also if you need the FN SKUs, which we'll talk more about, to be put on your box for your manufacturer, anything like that, just hit print item labels here and that will take you over. And to get there, again, there's gonna be like 6 more places where you can grab these, which I'll show you as we go along this process. We also, before I showed the shipping plan here, also you see change to fulfilled by merchant. If you haven't put the product on FBA, this will actually say change to fulfilled by Amazon. So to actually make a shipping plan like we're about to do, if this says by Amazon right here, click this, switch it over, wait 30 minutes or so until the system updates, and then you'll be able to send and replenish inventory. So that's what we're looking for here, guys. So when we make a shipping plan, we go ahead and select send and replenish inventory. So this will take us over to the new Amazon shipment creation workflow. And this will take us through the whole thing of how to make a shipment, get everything we need. Again, if anything's confusing, just let me get to that point. Just watch to the end and make sure that I can explain every little detail. If I don't cover something, it's probably not important, but I'm going to try to cover every single little detail here so you understand this and go over every scenario because everybody's situation's a little different, whether you're coming from China, whether it's coming from your home, and there's 6 other situations, right? So hopefully you stick with me here and I can go through everything. So taking a look here, we can see our product, right? This one I'm just using kind of a burner product, black king size bed skirting. And we see a ton of stuff here. So I'm just going to go step by step now. So the first thing we need to worry about is this ship from address. So Amazon's asking us where we're shipping this from. Okay, there's 2 different options here. So either we're shipping from our home, say, you live in here in the United States and you're going to send in some to FBA warehouse, just put your home address wherever you're shipping it from. And that's going to give you a local UPS store, which we'll talk about a little later as well. If you're shipping from China, get your manufacturer's details and you go ahead and click ship from another address and then add another contact here. And then you can go ahead and put the country, the company name, full name, this would be your name here, the address of the manufacturer here, city, province, everything like that. Put your phone number here for that. But yeah, so you're going to want to put the ship from address. Again, if this is coming from your home, put your address. Coming from manufacturer, put the manufacturing address. You could also, if you wanted, put your freight forwarder's address. So say you got a freight forwarder and they have a port in say LA or something like that. You could potentially use that as well. So there's a little bit of finagling you could do, but in default, coming from your home, put your home address. Coming from your manufacturer, put your manufacturer's address there. Next, we see marketplace destination. So wherever you're sending this in, whether it's United States, Canada, Mexico, make sure you put that in the country you're shipping to. Also, just to be thorough here, all FBA SKUs, if you got more SKUs you want to send in, so more products, hit all FBA SKUs. But since I went to that exact product in the FBA menu there, it's going to have pre-selected just one SKU, which is this black king size bed skirting right down here. And we see right here, fulfillment capability. This actually is for multi-channel fulfillment. This is a little bit more advanced. Just leave this for standard fulfillment by Amazon here. This is essentially just asking if you do multi-channel fulfillment. So say you have a customer in Shopify and they want to check out and you want to do an order out of Amazon to that Shopify customer. It's asking you what kind of box you want, and fulfillment by Amazon box is fine. If you're more advanced, I'd actually put blank box here, but again, this is totally fine. You can always change this later. So we go down here now to packing details. So it's asking us individual units or create new packing template. Okay, so individual units is saying you want to send a quick 5 in, 10 in, 15 in here. You're actually most likely, if you're going to send in your first shipment or you have multiple boxes, you're going to want to go ahead and hit create new packing template. Okay. So packing template name. So just put your product name here. So Black King sized master carton. So master carton referring to the big box you send many units into Amazon for. So template type, case packed or single SKU pallet. For most, it's gonna be case packed. All that means is your boxes are gonna have that one product in them. Single SKU pallet, it means you're gonna send in full pallets. You could do this, but just keep it on case pack your first time going, and then you'll know when you're ready for this, and you're gonna put in more pallets into the inventory there. And you can always make multiple of these and switch back and forth depending on if you're sending a few boxes in or you're sending full pallets in. Okay, if you're sending full pallets in, obviously you're gonna be familiar with this process. It's gonna be really quick fix there. So units per box, so you put this in here. So I'm gonna put 10 for mine, then box dimensions. So this isn't your unit dimensions, but your master carton boxes. So how many units are you putting in to one big box that's coming from China or from your house or wherever it's coming from? So this is not unit size. People get this mixed up quite a bit, and then they have these huge FBA fees, and it's kind of confusing. So box dimensions here is for your master carton, which is the big box that carries multiple units that gets sent into FBA warehouse. Box dimensions here, I'm gonna put in 20 by 20, let's say by 20 here. And then box weight is going to be 40 pounds. Just a quick note here. You can't have master carton boxes over 25 inches on either side. Either play it safe, just keep it a few inches on either side just to make sure, there's not a mean customer support person or warehouse employee, I should say, that's having a bad day and over measures yours, right? Just don't have it on the threshold, have it a little under that. So 25 inches on all sides has got to be under, as well as the box weight has to be under 50 pounds here. If you guys don't know this information, this is where a manufacturer comes in. Ask them how big the master carton sizes are, what their plan is for that, what the weight of each unit is, and you can quickly just do that math. If you got 10 units per box, they're 4 pounds each, that's 40 pounds, or you can have them weigh it there at the manufacturing place, or if it's at your home, you could weigh it yourself. Then obviously at your home, you can measure your own dimensions there. And if you get boxes at Lowe's, they're gonna have dimensions on there for you as well. So next, who preps units here? So this is already selected for me, but I can hit restart here. So essentially you're gonna be prompted to do this exact thing here. So no prep is needed. So we see here, if you have things that are, sharp or anything like that, Amazon will ask you if they need any prep done. For that, I always recommend that you do your own prep. Amazon charges way too much of this. They don't do a very good job. So get the prep done either at home or at the manufacturer, which is going to be way cheaper from the manufacturer than it is from Amazon too. So no prep needed here. So you would hit save here for this example because it's already selected. I hit cancel, but I'll show you another example of how to do that and where you actually are probably going to do this yourself too. So once this is all figured out, go ahead and hit save. So quick learning lesson here. I actually, as I hit continue and save, it actually prompted me, if I open this up right here, that my box volume does not meet the expected minimum cubic inch 75,000. So what this means essentially is this product, because it was an example product, is too big for the dimensions I'm putting in. So if you get this, just good learning lesson if this happens to you. That means your product is too big and they know that it doesn't fit in this box because the volume is just too much. So I had to go make a second one here and just put the units per box by 2. So if you're having that mistake, just again, confirm with your manufacturer of how many can fit in one box. Make sure you can go back to your product here, edit if you have to, and make the dimensions the right size if you maybe put something incorrectly there. But I just wanted to show you that example just because it's real life and this stuff happens, right? So next, I wanted to show you the prep step, right? So if I hit prep, not required here, same thing, no prep needed, and then you hit save and everything like that, but it's completed for me. Again, do this yourself or have the manufacturer do this to save money. So next we see unit labeling by seller. So print SKU labels here. So what this is the FN SKU, where I showed you to print item labels earlier. This is the same thing. And these are the formats you can print on. So these are like Avery white label stickers that you can do yourself, which you can get at Walmart or buy on Amazon. How convenient, right? You can buy on there, and then you have to get a LaserJet printer, which is just a normal printer. Then it comes on these little standard tear off stickers you can put on each box, but hopefully you don't even need to do this yourself. You can just have your manufacturer do it. And you can literally just get one right here, hit print. And if I open this bad boy up, open it up, we can see right here, we can give this to the manufacturer or can give it to the designer of our box and have it printed on there, or the manufacturer can label it yourself, Or if you want to get the Avery labels yourself, again, just Avery sticker labels. Make sure you have the right dimensions, and whatever one you buy, just input right here, and that's how you do it. And then you can go ahead and put in, you know, say 100 you have to print. So you hit print right here, that goes in downloads, open that up, and you see right here, all you do is print this with that special paper, and they all come out, and you just tear them off, throw the sticker on your product, and you're good to go. So again, just another example of the FN SKUs here. There is a chance that they might ask you if they want to put the stickers on themselves. Don't do that. It's like 30 cents per sticker, and this is not worth it. Again, do it yourself or have a manufacturer do it. But if you're in pinch, you can change this to have them sticker it themselves, but it's 30 cents. So if you have 100 products, that's $30 for them to put a freaking sticker on. That's just not worth it in my opinion. So next, we want quantity to send. Okay, so how many were we sending in? So I'm gonna send in 50 boxes because I have 100 units. So again, I changed this to, you know, units per box by 2 instead of 10 from the earlier example. Again, just a learning lesson there. Then we go ahead and hit ready to send. Then we can double confirm right here. So total prep and labeling fees, we have 0. So that means they're doing no prep for us. They're not labeling anything. We're doing it all ourselves, or the manufacturer's doing it. Then we hit confirm and continue. Okay guys, we're on step 2 here. And step 1's right up here. You can go back, just hit view and edit. It's behind my beautiful face on the screen there. You'll see it once you're on yours. But step 2 here is confirm shipping. And we see here ship date. So Amazon's asking us, what date are we going to ship this out? And you know, it's pretty tough. If you're coming from your home, are you going to go in tomorrow and drop this off at UPS? Again, we'll talk about those steps once we get there. Or are you shipping from your manufacturer? If you're doing that, talk to them, ask them about the estimated date. So say, you know, you're just getting it manufactured. So it's January, you know, 4th here that you're getting it shipped out. That's the estimated date. It's not a big deal if you're off a few days here. It really doesn't matter as long as it comes within, like, you know, hopefully you're not 30 days late, but just get a good estimated date here. Maybe if you're confused, maybe you're like, they say the 4th, but I'm not 100% sure. Just put the 9th or something like that. Give yourself a little bit more leeway, especially if it's coming from a manufacturer, international shipping, you know, overseas, whether it's air or sea, you have plenty of a buffer there. Where if it comes after this date, say on the 13th, but it's a little early, like it's gonna be just fine. Okay, so don't stress out about this too much, but obviously try to get it as accurate as possible. Okay, if you got different shipments coming on different dates, you can split this up by just clicking this bad boy down here, which complicates things. Hopefully you don't have to do this, but if you do, just go ahead and click that, and then it splits things up down here. Okay. Next, we have shipping mode. Okay. So shipping mode, this is the 2 biggest things you need to know right now. So shipping mode is probably the most important and the thing that separates people shipping from their home and from the manufacturer. Okay. So you can actually do small parcel delivery from the manufacturer, but most likely it's gonna be less than a truckload. So this means it's coming on a pallet. So ask your manufacturer or a freight forwarder, is this coming on a pallet or not? If so, it needs to go less than a truckload, okay? Just know that, okay? Small parcel delivery, all right, it's gonna be, say it's 2 boxes here, just like for our example, we ended up doing 2 boxes for this example. And we're gonna go ahead and put this in our trunk, drop it off to the local UPS. Again, we're gonna have all that information down below. But again, ask your manufacturer, is this coming in pallets, just boxes? And then if it's coming on a pallet, less than a truckload is what you want. If it's coming from your home, or just say, no, we're just going to throw these couple boxes from the manufacturer with something here on another pallet, but they're not coming on a pallet, then it's still small parcel delivery. And I'll tell you how to split that up here in a second. I know this sounds a little confusing, but just hang with me here. I just want to cover every single thing, every single detail, because I know everybody's situation is so unique and different. I want to make sure this covers everything for everyone. And I'm sure as you get more shipments in, do different products, that your situation will probably change too. So let's cover this small parcel delivery. And we see 2 shipments for this here. So what they want me to do is send in 1 box to, let's see, Westport, Imperial, Pennsylvania. And then the shipment 2 will go to Olive Branch, Mississippi here. And we see that we go down to select shipping carrier and we have UPS. So this is Amazon partner carrier. $44. So this will actually, if I hit accept and charges and confirm shipping, this will charge my account, and then we'll get the labels to stick on that box and go drop it off the local UPS. Everything's taken care of for us here. Okay. If you're not selecting UPS, which I recommend you do, because this is 80 pounds of shipping here for $44. That's pretty good, right? Because 1 box, this is a pretty extreme example. This won't be like for yours, but 1 box is 40 pounds. Second box is 40 pounds. I have 80 pounds of stuff right here, and it's only $44 to ship. Imagine, you know, shipping 80 pounds on your own. That'd be probably $200 to $300, right? So always do the Amazon partner carrier if you can. It's way cheaper, but you can select a different carrier that you want to send into Amazon as well. And you can select that here too. So if I click FedEx, it's not going to charge me anything because I'm doing this. I'm taking it to FedEx by myself and getting the labels just like you would normally. Again, just stay with me here and you'll see how that works. But I'm going to hit UPS Amazon Partner Carrier for this example. Now let me go back up and do less than a truckload here. Okay, so if I set less than a truckload, okay, so it's going to be in the pallets. So nothing's going to happen down here because we have international shipping. Everything is taken care of. Either the delivery is coming from our manufacturer and their shipping partners, or a freight forwarder, which is, if you don't know what that is, just a separate shipper from the manufacturer who picks it up, takes it to the port, gets it to the warehouse, everything like that. So we'll just have to give them the address there. Okay, so this works the same way in small parcel delivery. Say they're not doing a pallet, but it's still coming overseas. Then just go over here, click other, and then you'll get the labels down here. And so we'll hit accept charges and confirm shipping. So I just covered every example there. If you're coming from your home, do UPS. If it's coming from China or a manufacturer in general, we'll do other on small parcel, or for on pallets, we'll do the other example. Okay, and I'll tell you what the difference is too, because there's one slight difference between those two once we get along here. So we go to shipment number 1, print box labels, okay? And then shipment number 2, print box labels here. So see here, we download the carton label. We'd actually print this and then tape it on our master carton label, okay, if you're printing at home. If this goes to your manufacturer or whoever's shipping it, you just go ahead and download the PDF, which I can do, open and preview here, or if you have PC, you download the file and you go ahead and send that to your manufacturer or your freight forwarder. They'll tape that up too. Then you do the same thing for the second box here. And it actually, in this case, it doesn't matter because the boxes are exactly the same. So you just go ahead and print this one here, and we go ahead and tape that on here. Again, drop it off at UPS if that's what you're doing, or give it to your freight forwarder there to go ahead and send out. So this is exactly what they'll scan once they get into the warehouse, so they know who it belongs to, everything like that, okay? So we can actually change these up too if you wanted to, depending on, you have different sizes. So again, these, just to repeat myself, I know I sound like a broken record, these go in the master cartons, okay? So just make sure, if this has multiple boxes that, 5 of these, which they'll give you all 5, go in the certain boxes that go there, and then the 5 boxes over here go over there, and they're put to the right boxes. But if you have the same boxes with all of them have 2 units, they're all the same size, which they should be. Keep this as very consistent as possible as you can. Then it doesn't matter what 5 boxes they go on. Just make sure they all dropped off at the same place. Or if it comes from the manufacturer, make sure they know that 5 go to this right here, 1200 Westport, and then 11505 Progress Way will go to the other 5, which freight forwarders do this all the time. I have so many shipments that come in that go to 3 different warehouses. So they're used to this. Just keep it organized for them. Make sure you rename your files. Make sure, you tell them the address, kind of reconfigure, make it idiot proof for them, and just stay organized. That's all you have to do in this process here. And then once done with that, we'll go to proceed to enter tracking details. So I usually never put anything in here. If you do get the tracking details, you can put the tracking ID here. But again, if it's coming from other, it's fine. If it's going to UPS, say, you're dropping it off there, this will update on its own and you don't have to worry about this. Once this gets into Amazon's warehouse, so this FBA box label right here, right? So once that's scanned into the warehouse, they'll start tracking for you in your managed shipping order side, which I'll show you here in a second. And we see both shipments right here. And also guys, just to give you a little bit more information. So if you did less than a truckload on the previous one, because we did small parcel delivery, the only thing different on that whole situation, because we'd select other and everything like that, is that they'd give you pallet labels, okay? So just another set of labels, and they're all the same. So 4 go on each pallet. You'll just go ahead, label those pallet labels, send that over to your freight forwarder so they can put those on the pallets too. So just one more little step there if you did the pallets. All right guys, so lastly, I want to show you where to go check on your shipment, make sure everything is going correctly and get updates, everything like that. So if we go back to the menu here, go to inventory, go down to shipments over here, and then we scroll down, we can see the 2 last shipments we had right here. So we see the 2 shipments right here, and we can put track shipment, and then we'll get updates as these come in. And then right here, the 0. So once they're in, you're gonna see 2 out of 2, 2 out of 2, and then we can just keep tracking this as your products come in. All right, guys, I know that seems like a lot, but just go through it a couple of times, rewatch this video if you have to. It's not that bad. Once you go through it once, twice, maybe even 3 times, you're gonna become an expert at it. It's just intimidating because there's a lot of little steps. So hopefully this video helped out. If you did think it helped out, make sure you hit that subscribe button for me right there. It lets me know I'm doing a good job, right? My ego needs a little pat at the back, and you can stay up to date on anything else when it comes to Amazon FBA. If there's anything missing or there's some special circumstance for your product, for your business, give me a comment down below and I'll try to answer that for you and try to help you out or potentially make more videos around that in the future. All right, guys, hope this helped and see you on the next one. Bye.